Kimbo, Natanan Zambi, Yamazulu. I am here with the beautiful Ashley Manning. Hallelujah. She has made the transition from America to Tanzania. And so we are just going to have a conversation with one another, and you're just going to be the listening ear to hear what's going on between the two of us. Welcome, Ashley, to the
Thank you for
Transitioning
having
Center.
me.
Good to
Thank you for
have
having me.
you. We say, Caribou.
Asante Sana.
Hi. Yeah. So, how has it been for you thus far with your transitioning to Tanzania?
I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, it was easy, but because it was hard for me, because personally, I'm one of those, prissy, girly girls.
Oh,
I like, but it was hard, and I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy. It wasn't easy, but I'm loving it here.
you're
I'm
loving
loving it
it.
here, and I've sensed a change in myself for the better since I got here.
Wow, that is amazing. She was one of those girly girls, had it
You
all
can tell.
together here, and everything must be done tight and right.
Yes.
And so, in terms of the culture, you've made an adjustment.
Yeah, because I used to like go out every day wherever I went. I had makeup,
Mhm.
but I've learned to take on the natural side. I had I even got my hair done here, and it was good, but I took it out because natural is better, and how he made us is how he wanted it to be. And I was scared to, I was reluctant to do it at first because I was a type that said, I got to have long
Image.
hair, I got to have my inches. But I had to I had to let it go, and I got my short afro. But it the father got his hair just like this too, so it's okay.
It's good. So you've embraced your natural beauty.
Yes,
That is one. And she is beautiful.
thank you.
Goodness gracious. She is beautiful. And guess what? She's single too. That is so good.
Why you
And
want me?
how have you adjusted in terms of the language? That is the language differences coming from English and now to Swahili.
Well, personally, for me, I'm one that always love learning different languages and different cultures. So I was just exhilarated to get to learn another culture and language, and it's not just somebody else's language, but it's my own.
That's it. So tell the people something about yourself. What some of your likes.
Well, I'm usually more of an artsy person. I'm a dreamer. I love to dream. I used to think people always say, I will always sleep. I'm always sleep, but it's so the Most High can deal with me as I've come to learn in the Bantu awakening, and especially once we started awakening, I started to understand my dreams more.
So for us, when you talk about being a dreamer, our Ashley is a prophetic dreamer. So the Most High shows her things in dreams, and not just shows her it; it is literally detailed and accurate to that which is to come, or that which has happened. And so even with that, she's now tapping into some of her Bantu powers. How has that been going for you in terms of coming into your Bantu powers?
Well, it's I'm happy too because some people are trying to get it forced,
Mhm.
but for him it's chosen. Like I'm chosen to. It's on. I'm honored because some people want it,
Mhm.
like the Mzungus. I think
Yeah,
Mzungu.
yeah, the
I'm learning.
Mzungus.
I'm
She got a
learning.
Mzungu
The
now.
Mzungus there, even when you see the movies, they're trying to force it on their people. They're trying
Mhm.
to. They want us. They want to be us.
Mhm.
And I heard a song. They said that they'll hate you, but they'll secretly adore you
Mhm.
because they know who we are. And that was one of the things about getting out of Babylon. They've stolen from us long enough, but the spiritual stuff, they can't take that.
And being a young person and coming into this awakening, how was that transitioning for you?
Well, it was. I think it's easier being younger, and because we're more open to change. I think it's harder to be for the awakening when you're older because you lived so long and you did it one way for so long, and it's kind of unheard of, just a switch after all those years. But for to be a young person and to be have this much knowledge, because knowledge is power,
Yes.
and to have this much knowledge, but just not knowledge, but also understanding. Because a lot of people know things, but they don't truly understand.
Mhm.
But it's a blessing.
So young people, it's okay. Remember, David was young when he was called. Samuel was young when he was called. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were all young persons. So coming into this awakening at a young age is really
It's
empowering.
empowering. Yes,
And,
that's
and
right.
I love what you said. Being young, see, this is with the millenniums now. The millennials, they will switch on you quick.
Mhm.
You understand? They're truth seekers. They're not listening to just what my Grammy said and my great grandmother said, but they want the truth. And I'm happy that you said that because some of the older folks, like myself and older, we're stuck in our ways,
Yeah.
you know. But the millennials now want truth. And the truth is the Bantus
Mhm.
are the people of the book.
Yes.
And so, what would you say to your peers that are still straddling the fence or still seeking truth? What word of encouragement would you give to them?
I would say, you know what, we've come this far. I would say just go ahead and embrace it. Cause once you look, people say that it doesn't matter, but if you look at the prophecies of the end times, it does matter. Cause that tells where your placement is in the kingdom and whether you're in the kingdom or not in the kingdom. So I say just go ahead and embrace it. It's an honor. Your melanin, your hair, your culture is honored. And people, a lot of people they try to get that melanin, and no matter how long you tan your skin, you're still no matter how long you tan your skin, you're still a Mzungu.
That's
It
it.
doesn't put melanin into, because melanin, the price of an ounce of melanin compared to an ounce of gold, the
Wow.
melanin is higher.
Yes.
So they want that melanin.
Mhm.
But if you're young, and just go for it, just have fun. Just
Embrace your
yes,
Bantu heritage.
yes.
Because my another question is this: in being young and embracing this Bantu truth, does it take away your liberty?
Oh no, honey, you get to have so much fun. So much fun. There's lots to do over here, lots to see. When once you're here, you see how spoiled we were in the States. And also when being here is like they're more in touch with nature here. Cause see, when I was back in the States, I wasn't an outside person. I didn't like bugs. I didn't like the sight of anything. But here, I'm more in touch, and the heat is still getting used to, because the heat give me headaches. But it's still, you get used to it. You get used to it.
Okay, so that's the girly girl side of her
Yes, that's
letting
the
you know,
girly
the
girl
girly girl
side.
side letting you
I'm
know,
not gonna
listen,
lie to
the
y'all.
heat's still getting to her.
Yes.
But guess what? She's embracing it and she's making the adjustments. And so, what are you telling me is we have the ability to adjust if we want to.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I had a dream just not too many days ago. Well, it wasn't a dream, it was a vision. I was awake, and I was in the middle of an ocean with a lady, and she said, "Which do you pick, the US or Africa?" And I said, "Let's see the US first." And when I saw the US, there was smoke coming from it, and it was chaotic, and it was like you said, Babylon is falling. So and then we came back to the ocean in the boat, and she said, "Which one do you pick?" And I said, "Let's see Africa." And I saw it, and it was, it was rich, and it was just as it is. And then she said, "Now, time for you to decide." And I said, "U.S." And then, I saw it. I saw how it was at that state. And then she said, we went back to the middle of the ocean. She said, it's your choice. You got time to turn back if you want to. Which do you pick? And that's when I finally decide, okay, I'm going to Africa.
Wow. Sheesh. Glory. She almost gonna cost me shout. She had the vision in the middle of the ocean, her and this lady in the boat. She had a choice, the US or Africa. She went to US first and she saw the falling state of America, which Isaiah talks about and how it's going to be destroyed.
Yes.
And she saw the state of Africa flourishing, and she made her choice. Yes, she chose the US first because that was familiarity. But then when she realized the state of America, she made the choice to come to Africa. What am I saying to you, my brothers and sisters that are in the diaspora? In this awakening, you have a choice. You could choose to stay in America in its fallen state because it's digressing, or you could choose to come out and come home to Africa. The continent is waiting for you. In our Father's house is many mansions. If it was not so, he would not have told us. The kingdom of Congo is standing like the prodigal son's father, with his hands open and wide stretched for you to come home. This is a young lady in the beginning of her life. I can't even say the prime. She's just in the beginning of her life. And the Most High showed her in visions and dreams the fallen state of America. What are you holding on to? I would like for you to make a plea to your peers that are still sleeping and doesn't even want to embrace this Bantu truth of who they are. You talk to them for me.
Please, please come home. The scripture states, come out of her, my people, because the Most High does not want us to take part in the plagues that are to come. So I say, please come home, embrace the change, because this is your culture, your ancestors, your people all the way going back. This is their home. Africa is in your blood. It runs through your veins. The DNA of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are all in your veins. So please come home. Please come home.
Hallelujah. And so as we end this transitioning table, as we come together as a family, you see the Manning family, the Gillum family came home, they made the transition. And as we end all of our broadcasts, making the plea to the diaspora to hear what the Most High is saying. So nini na nini, he's telling us to come home. This is the place that he's prepared for his Bantus. And so we end our broadcast with saying, Kimbo, Kimbo, Natata Zambi, Yamazulu.